So I was, just minding my own business, going about my day, and I knew this was going to come out eventually because there was massive rumours about it. But Jonathan Wheatley has left Audi, and although this isn't confirmed yet, we all know it's going to happen. He's going to become the Aston Martin team principal. So basically, Jonathan Wheatley, he was the sporting director at Red Bull for many, many years, and then that great big walkout happened where there were many personnel leaving Red Bull. Rob Marshall was going to McLaren, Adrian Newey was going to Aston Martin, Jonathan Wheatley was going to Audi, Christian Horner was sacked, Laurent Mekies was promoted to team principal, Alan Permain became the Racing Bulls team principal. All sorts of shenanigans were going on, right, in this short space of time. And Wheatley went to Audi to become the team principal. First of all, they were Sauber, and of course he got that podium with Nico Hülkenberg, although to be fair, that was Hülkenberg's talent, not necessarily Wheatley's. And Audi have started the season quite well. They got points in Melbourne with Gabriel Bortoleto, and they finished 11th in China with Nico Hülkenberg. And Aston Martin have been looking for a team principal because Adrian Newey knew for a fact that he was never going to really be able to cut it as a team principal because, let's be honest, the man, he's not Colin Chapman. This is why Colin Chapman is the greatest ever designer in Formula 1 history. That man was a team principal, a founder, a car designer, and basically a marketing executive. But anyway, Newey. Yeah, so Newey was Aston Martin team principal for a little bit, and then he realised, I'm not going to be able to deal with all this, especially considering the whole saga with Honda. So Jonathan Wheatley is going to be drafted in as leader of Aston Martin. Who's going to replace him at Audi? We don't know. Maybe it'll be Christian Horner. Maybe they'll bring Andreas Seidel back, although I don't know if he'll want to come back. Maybe they'll draft somebody in from another one of the Volkswagen brands, because that is one thing that Audi have that a lot of other brands do not, and that is the fact that they have about 20 different partners, let's say. I mean, let's just have a little look now at the Volkswagen group and see who is involved in the Volkswagen group. So I mean, I know for a fact you've got Porsche, you've got Audi. Let's have a little look. Volkswagen. Okay, no, that's Volkswagen Motorsport. So working inside the Volkswagen group is the following brands: Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Cupra, Ducati, Jetta, Lamborghini, Porsche, Scout, Seat, Skoda, and Volkswagen cars. Now, in that group, there are a lot of different teams that race. So obviously, you've got Audi in Formula 1, you've got Cupra in Formula E, Ducati in MotoGP, Lamborghini do GT racing, Porsche do GT racing, and I think up until this year, they're going to be in the World Endurance Championship. Skoda, I'm pretty sure, do rallying. So there's a lot that they can pick from when it comes to who they want to replace Jonathan Wheatley. And so you look around and you're thinking, okay, who could they pick from these brands? Maybe they could recruit internally. Maybe go for somebody that's already working in a major role in the actual company. So I mean, for example, you've got James Key, who's the technical director. I'm just going onto their website now to have a little look at some of the people who are involved. Okay, yeah, here we go. There's a team statement from Audi, and this is what it reads. If it loads, this is really, really annoying. They've released a statement about it, and it says significant changes in structure. Of course, Audi have other personnel. They have the likes of Alan McNish, who I'm not going to say I know him, but he follows me on my Twitter, and his wife follows me on Instagram. And he's involved with the driver academy. Then you've got other people in different roles who are in the Sauber team. And so there's a lot of different people that are involved structurally. Now, what tends to happen is it's often the technical director that becomes the team principal, either on an interim basis or a permanent basis, or maybe the sporting director's role is changed. Or something like that happens, or somebody who is the CEO or the head of the overall project takes over. So maybe Binotto will be the team principal temporarily. Whether or not Wheatley's going to be on gardening leave, we don't know yet. Audi obviously will be getting a fee from Aston Martin to buy him out of his contract. That'll be what's happening. Honestly, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's so slow for loading. I don't know why it's taking so long, but basically that's the gist of it. He's going to be going to Aston Martin, because I mean, yeah, that's just how it's going to go. I don't know why it's gone into the Chinese Grand Prix galleries. I don't want the Chinese Grand Prix galleries. I want to see the team statement. This website, man. This website. I mean, I love to see Audi back in F1, but come on, guys. You need to fix your website a little bit. Come on. I mean, I don't know if it's my internet being really slow. After all, I am in student accommodation. But, like, come on, guys. Come on. Hurry up. Load, please. I want to be able to read this statement. I'll see if the F1 app's got it. I'll have a little look, because the F1 app has now finally posted about it. So let's have a little look and see what the F1 app has said about it, and then we can sort of get a different perspective on it, and see. Okay, here we go. So he arrived just about a year ago. Yep, that's right. He is stepping away from his role and departing Audi due to personal reasons. And head of Audi F1 project, Mattia Binotto, will take on Wheatley's responsibilities, with more information on the team's future structure in due course. As it continues its journey to the front of the grid, Audi Revolut F1 team will implement significant changes to its senior management structure, read a team statement. Due to personal reasons, Jonathan Wheatley will depart the team with immediate effect. The team thanks Jonathan for his contribution to the project and wishes him the best for his future endeavours. Mattia Binotto, head of Audi F1 project, will continue leading the team while taking over additional responsibilities as team principal. Since joining at the helm of the project in 2024, Mattia has been in charge of the transformation of the team. As Audi prepared for and ultimately entered F1 as a chassis and power unit manufacturer. The team's future structure will be fully defined at a later stage as the organisation continues to adapt to the evolving environment of Formula 1. With the unwavering commitment of Audi AG, Audi Revolut F1 team will continue progressing towards challenging for championships by 2030. And then they go on and mention a bit about Wheatley. So basically, what this news brings is the fact that Mattia Binotto is going to be the team principal. Put that light on. There we go. That's better for the lighting. I think. Actually, no, it's not. So Binotto is going to be the team principal for now, and then they'll figure it out later on. So kind of what I was saying, you know, maybe Binotto will take charge, and that is what has been confirmed by the team. So Binotto is going to be in charge of the team for now, and then later on they'll have a look at it and see, okay, here's what will happen. Of course, Binotto has only ever been a team principal of a Formula 1 team once, and Ferrari fans will not want to be reminded of that, because he was the team principal during their worst spell in F1 history, where they went 2 years without a Grand Prix victory. Well, not their worst spell in F1 history, one of the worst spells in F1 history, where they went 2 years without winning a Grand Prix. Their worst spell since the turn of the decade anyway, because of course 2014 was a one-off year. However, in 2020 and 2021, they didn't take a Grand Prix victory. They took pole positions with Charles Leclerc, but they didn't take any race victories, although he probably would have won in Monaco had he not had that incident in qualifying and the fact that the car wasn't really working on the Sunday. So that's a bit of a summarization of everything. Jonathan Wheatley's leaving Audi. He's probably going to go to Aston Martin. Personal reasons is going to be that he's moving back to the UK with his family because he wants to work for Aston Martin and they've recruited him. And I think that will be a big driving force as to why he's moved. Maybe the money might be something to do with it, but Audi and Aston Martin are both very, very wealthy companies. They probably pay a similar salary. It's probably more so about a preference of being closer to home. Of course, Red Bull were based in Milton Keynes, and he worked at Red Bull for a long, long time. He worked at the Benetton team, which is now, of course, known as Alpine, and that was in Enstone. And so he's used to working in the UK. This was the first ever job he had outside of the UK. And so after a year, he's decided, I want to come home. Aston Martin have given him that opportunity, I suppose. And I think he's going to be a very, very good leader for the team, especially considering he's worked with Newey before, when Newey was the designer at Red Bull and Wheatley was the sporting director. Of course, Wheatley is well known for those team radio messages that over the 2021 season. But Wheatley is an experienced personnel member in Formula 1, and Aston Martin are going to trust their project to him. A lot of people were saying it might be Christian Horner, but it looks like it's going to be Wheatley, and that means that Newey will go back to focusing mainly on the car and trying to get as much of the problems fixed as possible with it, and coordinating with the Honda personnel in Sakura, Japan. So that's sort of a summarization of everything. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's a very, very, very quick video, and I don't know why that went out of focus there. And thank you guys for watching it. I'll see you on the next video. I've got two podcasts coming out today, so there's going to be 3 videos out in one day, which is quite crazy, but that's the way it's going to be today. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. I think I might do a live stream this weekend, but we will see. And yeah, this has been coming for some time, so we kind of knew it was going to happen. Didn't think it was going to happen so soon, but the negotiations have progressed very, very quickly. I am currently trying to stretch this to the 10-minute mark. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye!